Sorry, JW Thoughts family, I haven't uploaded in a few days. I have been feeling quite poorly, but like Post Malone, I am feeling better now, and I did want to talk about the newest music video that was in the JW Broadcasting. I have been working on the whole JW Broadcasting, so that'll be out in the next day or two. With all of that being said, let's take a look at this, because I know I continue to say this, but I always feel it's true. This might be the worst one yet.
Is that cooked? Looks undercooked. Is it cooked? Not cooked.
Not cooked?
No, it's not cooked. Not cooked. Oh my God.
Hello and welcome back to the JW Thoughts channel. My name is Wally, and today we are looking at the March 2024 JW Broadcasting music video. It's a real whopper. Quickly before we get into it, don't forget to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps it get out to more people on YouTube, and I very much appreciate it. With all of that being said, let's do this.
This month's music video encourages us to face those doubts with Jehovah's help.
Is it true that this is the path I should choose? I asked myself. I had a mind full of questions, and not to mention, this world didn't help. But I made the time to prove I really have the truth.
Wow. This could not be a more accurate depiction of growing up as a Jehovah's Witness. You can clearly see just how miserable they are, just sitting there.
My heart will go on.
And the juxtaposition is perfect, because when you're in school, they're presented with two things. First, it's like facts and science, evolution. You start learning about these things, and they make sense because they're real. They work as to the best of our knowledge. And then you go to the Kingdom Hall, and you learn about 600-year-old men and giants and talking donkeys and men getting eaten by giant fireballs, and none of it makes any sense. And then you go to the Kingdom Hall, and all they talk about is just have hope, just have hope. Don't do anything, but just have hope. Okay, cool. And yet you go to school and you talk about your future in a way that's tangible. Oh, I could get a better education. Oh, it might help me provide better for myself or for my family. Oh, I could improve my life. You know, you could actually set realistic goals versus the only goal you ever really have. I know you have these little micro goals of moving about, doing extra free work for Watchtower, but nothing for yourself, nothing to improve yourself, which is something that is the best thing about being a human, is when we can make progress. It keeps us functional. It keeps us alive. And so the juxtaposition is like, man, I'm sad because I have to refute this thing that makes so much sense to me. And instead I have to force myself to believe something that makes absolutely no sense to me. And then the other side, you have someone that's like, man, it would be so nice to have these opportunities and to really see what I could make of myself. And then on the other hand, it's, no, but I can't do that because I have to stay loyal to Jehovah and I can't get higher education. Just the way this starts really starts boiling my blood, and I promise it doesn't get any better.
When I have to deal with what distorts my view, this is what I do. I feed my faith and starve my doubts. I beg Jehovah, help me out.
Did I just hear that correctly?
Feed my faith and starve my doubts. I beg Jehovah, help me out. To feed my faith and starve my doubts. And he answers me by giving me what I need. To feed my faith, to feed my faith, to feed my faith.
Well, golly gee willikers, I did hear that correctly. To feed my faith, I feed my faith to starve my doubts. That is some real infectious mind virus that they're putting in to the young minds of Jehovah's Witness teenagers. Like really think about the mental picture that they're putting here. You don't address your doubts. You don't try and make you see if what you believe is actually true. You just want to starve them out by feeding it something else.
I can see that the devil tries to blur the lines of right and wrong. But I won't be complacent, thinking I can face this on my own and be strong.
I can see that the devil is trying to blur the lines of right and wrong. Really? You can? We should do an experiment and just have a child born into the world, give them no religious context whatsoever. If you did this experiment, never told them about Satan, never told them about God, just allowed them to grow up in the world without any religion whatsoever, and then when they looked at problems in the world, or they looked at causes people are fighting for, would they come to the conclusion that that was Satan blurring the lines of right and wrong? People fighting for others' freedom, for their rights, would they say, oh, clearly, this is Satan, the devil? How can you clearly see this? I want to know what mechanism she's using to clearly see this. I can't see it. I don't know what you're looking at. Oh, wait, no. Being a Jehovah's Witness isn't using your eyeballs, your own brain. It's only believing what you're told. So the lyrics of the song should go, I've been told that Satan is blurring the lines of right and wrong, distorting the facts. I've been told that, so I guess I'll believe it. That would be much more accurate lyrics.
So I look away from what misleads. I'm not deceived.
So I look away from what deceives, because I'm not misleads. I look away from what misleads because I'm not deceived. Sorry, I don't know, but...
So I look away from what misleads. I'm not deceived.
Wow, they are really just trying to get people to have this automatic roadblock to any information that might save a Jehovah's Witness's life, or at least what's left of it. If anything negative is automatically, oh man, it's Satan. Well, I'm not deceived. Which means anyone that doesn't look away from something negative is automatically deceived. Oh, you're just listening to Satan and those apostates, and I mean, the devil has really infected your mind. I feel so sorry for you, you stupid person wanting to think for yourself. I'm not the one that's deceived. What dystopian world are we living in here? Like, what the heck is going on? Where it's like almost an arrogance that comes along with it. I don't look at any information that goes against the beliefs that I already hold, therefore I'm not deceived. Yep, that's how it works. I feel so bad for young Jehovah's Witnesses that are going to listen to this at least for a while, and then in their 20s or 30s see that it's all a bunch of hocus pocus, mumbo jumbo, and be so much worse off for it. It always depresses me to think about how these idiots are deceiving the real deceivers of the world, and how it's always going to affect another generation until it stops. But holy moly, I feel so bad for any Jehovah's Witnesses that are PMO and having to sit, because this, I would suggest if they play this at the Kingdom Hall, just get up, go get some fresh air, a glass of water, go take a poo. Better yet, why don't you just get in your car and go home and watch reruns of The Office, honestly.
Whoa. Jehovah's words have proven trustworthy. My hope is guaranteed. I feed my faith and starve my doubts. I beg Jehovah, help me out to feed my faith and starve my doubts.
suppose I didn't catch this the first time when she was writing it out, but now that she's gotten the old box of memories out and is looking down memory lane, seeing what really caused me to have this faith, I think what she's drawn up here is that the Earth is in the quote-unquote Goldilocks zone, where it's neither too hot nor too cold for life or water to potentially exist. Now, this would be something that's quite incredible if it wasn't for the fact that we've already found other planets. I think at this point we found like 17, don't quote me on this, I think 1,700 or so planets that we know to be rotating around a star. And of those 1,700, I think it's like 17 that we found in that Goldilocks zone. Now, mind you, we haven't actually observed that much of the universe. If you were standing in a big, like Montana, big open sky, and you held up a quarter to the sky, that's how much the universe that we've actually observed. It's not a lot, and we've already found planets in the Goldilocks zone, which means it's probably likely we're just an insignificant bit of carbon rotating around an insignificant star and an insignificant solar system and an insignificant galaxy, because there's trillions of galaxies and trillions of stars in those galaxies, and around those stars there's trillions of planets. So, hey, if that's what you want to base your eternal future on, that we're the one, more power to you.
Billions and 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 billions.
He answers me by giving me what I need to feed my faith, to feed my faith, to feed my faith. It could be a well-known verse, meditation, the words of a song, or a conversation that answers my silent prayers all through the day to feed my faith. I feed my faith and starve my doubts. I beg Jehovah, help me out to feed my faith and starve my doubts.
So this is exactly what I was talking about. The cycle continues. And now she sees some other miserable teenager. Oh, it's so infuriating. Just keep up with this dumb spiritual routine. Keep on keeping on. And hopefully you'll just make it through without having too many doubts. And then when the next generation of poor saps that comes along, you can indoctrinate them with the same crap you indoctrinated yourself with.
He always answers me by giving me just what I need. To feed my faith, 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 to feed my faith.
Oh, I'm sorry that I had to do that to all of you. Now you're going to be dancing and skipping down the hallway singing, "To feed my faith is to starve my doubts." And you'll probably have me to blame for that. But man, it is good to reflect on the mind that we used to have, or the lack thereof, so that way we can learn from history and improve upon ourselves and not find ourselves in any goofy situations like that ever again, where we allowed ourselves to be controlled to such a degree where you literally police yourself. And you do it with all of these different tactics. So we'll see some more of these tactics in the next video. Like I said, it'll be out in a couple of days. If you're still around, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. If not, then Tell me that I look stupid and my shoulder pads on my sweater are ugly. With all of that being said, stay safe, be kind, and don't forget to show yourself the same kindness that you show to others. And have a good-ass day.